Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my Final Fantasy Wave X's video. We're going to get quickly into this review here for Cleome, Daisy, and Paus. So, we got Cleome here, who has higher mods with enhancements, and I made sure to check, and she does have them, at least based on the global wiki, like the global version of the wiki. Supposedly, she should have them. 20% undead and machine killer. Also, don't forget that 20% attack increase on her TMR. That's a joke. It's not. It's whatever. Her limit burst is now 60 times 50% defense ignore. Not really useful at all. I tested it before. It really isn't worth using. In the brave shift form, she has 500% cap, 200% TDH. Pretty standard nowadays, considering how a lot of things in the future are gonna be like that as well. 100% undead and machine killer. 200% limit burst damage passive. Pretty decent. 40 times mod passive besides limit burst. Unfortunately. It'd be better if it wasn't a limit burst. Brave shift limit burst, 130% dark imperil, 150 times mod to 230 times mod after 2 more times. So obviously a lot weaker than Sephiroth in terms of just modifiers. But I mean, if you don't, this is like a free to play option of having like basically pretending that you have Sephiroth, right? Because she has a giant katana and she has a dark finisher, so it's like almost pretending like you could have dark. It's like the Sephiroth at Home edition. It's the Sephiroth at Home edition, guys. That's basically it. So, if you want to use her base form, which is also a very strong finisher, you actually need the Chain Mastery Crown and Indestructible Light, because she has no nothing in her base form in terms of that. No infinite turns, so you gotta get the job done soon. And like I mentioned, it's just a lot weaker than Sephiroth, but basically almost the same thing with dark and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give her 9 out of 10. I think she's quite good. I've used her for a long time on the GB version, but mostly her base form. I don't really have a lot of experience with her brave shift form, but obviously for Dark Visions, this is a very good option for you in terms of dark stages, or just any stage if you can build it up right. As you could tell in some of my Dark Visions videos, I was using units that, you know, like Sephiroth, for example, who shouldn't be in that stage when I'm putting them in there anyways. So anyways, yeah, 9 out of 10 for Cleome and X-Star, or not Cleome, sorry. I was using Cleome and X-Star in my videos, but if I had Cleome, I would probably need an Awakener, but I don't think I have any of her, unfortunately, on the global version. So I don't think that's gonna be happening anytime soon. Anyways, now Paus. Her STMR is gonna be the talk of the town, of course. And speaking of her STMR, her passive also gives 200% magic TTH. I wonder why that is. It's like almost like they want her STMR equipped or something. 200% limit burst damage passive, which is probably one of the best things that she has going on. Water and light, bolting, strike, chaining, 40 times mod buff for her abilities on a cooldown. 100% bug killer, 200% bird killer, which is interesting, I guess. Limit burst is 120% light and peril, 100% limit burst damage buff, 150 times mod, light damage, 4 times CWA. And the SLB is a slight upgrade of 125% light imperil, 35% light amp, 100% burden bug killer, and 300 times mod, light chaining, 4 times CWA. Are you not impressed yet? Because I'm not. I'm still not impressed. Just reading it over again, I'm just like, I'm thinking of having to invest that much into SLB. That's not really going to perform that well. She just isn't amazing. No self magic buffs, but it's really not that big of a deal because you usually bring Aerith or whoever else with you anyways. STMR fodder, and that's never a good thing to be known for. When people usually bring up Paus, they say, hey, her STMR is still good. I want her STMR, so that's not a very good thing. And just like I mentioned, a very expensive mage, it just won't perform that well. And considering how hard it is to get to where she needs to be in terms of being a good damage dealer, so 7.5 because she can do damage at least, but she's just very mediocre. Probably one of the most mediocre Neovisions of this current era. It gets better from here, that's for sure, because they definitely don't do something like this again, because that's just a misstep. And finally, Daisy. Alright, we have Daisy here, who is a lot stronger in a Braveshift form in terms of being a tank. So, base form 100% HP passive, which is quite good. 230% stat buff plus 50% general and physical mitigation for all allies plus physical cover, so a pretty good combination move there. And the Braveshift form 70% mitigation for all allies, not too bad, but she already kind of had that in her base form. 99% physical and magical fairy and stone mitigation for all allies for 1 turn, but that's pretty strong if we still cared about that kind of a thing. 300% defense TDH with a shield or true shield wield, and physical magical 75% fairy mitigation, 60k HP and a little burst. So pretty good. No infinite turns, but whatever. Not really that big of a deal. Usually you use all the stuff that she gets and just get out, basically. No magic mitigation besides the green magic, and also I'm not really counting the fairy mitigation is part of the mitigation you need to worry about. And you need EX3, I think. That may change on global. I didn't check, but they did the same thing for Cleome, where she has 50% lone burst damage at EX3, so this probably won't change very much for new vision making units. So you need EX3 to get preemptive cover. Not that it's really absolutely necessary and everything, because even months after this was out, and the JP version was just not needed anyways, so not a big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and give her 8.5. She's decently tanky still, but at the same time, we don't really need tanks besides maybe Clash of Wills. I think that's like the only time you'd ever care about it. So thank you guys for watching. Try to make this review as quickly as possible so you guys can get out of here and enjoy the game. So thanks for watching, appreciate you. Make sure to leave a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.